Two-step equations. This is a digital lesson, and this is a beginning lesson for algebra students. Slide 2 is going to explain that a two-step equation has two operations that they need to undo in order to solve for the variable. So there's going to be an addition or subtraction and a multiplication or division. So the order that you undo each operation is the opposite of order of operations. So you're going to undo that addition or subtraction first, and then undo the multiplication or division second. And it shows an example on the next slide. So here, if we undo the addition first, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. We want to isolate the term that includes the variable. So then we get 6x equals 18. Next, we undo the multiplication by dividing, doing the opposite operation, and we get an answer of x equals 3. Now, because there are more steps involved in solving two-step equations, it's really important that you check your solution after you get your answer. So here you can see if we got the answer of 3 from the previous slide, we're going to put 3 in place of the variable in the equation and see if it works. So here we can see 18 plus 5 is 23, so we know our solution is correct. So students are going to do that starting on slide 5. They're going to type the steps of the two-step equation in the text boxes. So the first thing they want to do is undo the addition. So they're going to subtract 6 from both sides. Then they're going to get the next step. They will have 3x equals 12. And they're going to go ahead and write 12 here. Now they have to undo the multiplication by doing the opposite operation, which is division. So they're going to divide both sides by 3, and they get their answer of x equals 4. Now we want to check their answer in the original equation. We're going to put 4 in place of x and see if it works. They're going to do the same thing on several different problems. So here they've got some with subtraction. So to undo the subtraction, they're going to add 4 to both sides. And then here they have to divide by a negative. And then it shows what to do if you have an equation like this that is a division plus a number. So the first thing they want to do is undo that addition. It's the opposite of order of operations. So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. Now here, to undo this division, they have to do the opposite operation, which is multiplication. So they're going to multiply 2 by both sides of the equation, and they get x is 6. And then they can check it in the original equation. So they're going to be doing that on the next few slides. So here they want to undo that addition first. They're going to subtract 5 from both sides. That'll give them x divided by 2 is 3. Now, in order to undo this division, they do the opposite of dividing, which is to multiply. So the opposite of dividing by 2 would be to multiply by 2. And then this is 3. And they get x equals 6. And if they check that in the original equation, they can see that it works. So they have a few more to solve, lots of practice here. When they get to slide 12, they're going to be doing a drag and drop on the vocabulary. So it's just kind of a review of what they've done. So two-step equations. Looks like I'm going to move these to the side so I can find it. Should be a two-step equations in here. There we go. Two-step equations are equations with two operations, and they just click and hold on the edge, and then they can put these into the correct place. The order to undo operations is the opposite or reverse order of operations. and so on. So they're going to place each one of these words in the correct place in the sentence frames. Now, the very last slide, they're going to use the line tool and they're going to connect their equation to its answer. So they probably need some scratch paper here to do this one. And in order to solve, they're going to come up here to the line tool, click on line. They get a little plus sign so they can start the line where they want. And here, if they solve this equation, they're going to get -2. So they just click and hold on this little blue circle and then move it to connect it to -2. Now they can change the color of the line. They can change the thickness, so they can play around with that. And they're going to connect each of these. So that is a complete lesson on two-step equations, digital.